Hello everybody, day 61 on plan for me. Today I wanted to talk to you about Christmas. It is the 24th of November today, yes, 24th of November, and I have been promising my clients a Christmas video, so we're almost exactly a month away, 4 weeks to go. And this question has been coming up a lot in appointments, and quite a few people have been asking me, given that I'm on plan. So I am now coming up to the middle of my 9th week. What am I going to do? What am I going to do over Christmas? Because I've still got probably about another stone to go to get to goal. What am I going to do? I've still got a way to go yet. Am I staying on plan? What am I going to do? So I'm going to answer that question for you now. What is it that I'm going to do? And what do I recommend that you do? Well, if you're on plan. So, Christmas. So what are you going to do in the run up to Christmas as well? Because actually it isn't just about Christmas or Christmas Day, is it? There is also all of the Christmas parties and Christmas events and the mince pies. I've actually just been shopping with my son today, and he is vegan, and he has just turned vegan in about the last 4 or 5 months, and so this is going to be his first Christmas being vegan, and so he is, and we are experimenting with what that's going to look like for us. And so he's doing a lot of pre-Christmas prepping of what's going to work for him with regards to food. So it's costing me a blinking fortune in dummy runs of his desired food. But that's an aside. Anyway, so there's lots and lots of pre-preparation and pre-runs, and some of you will be having different Christmas meals with different types of families. We're actually going up to Sheffield to my mother-in-law, and so whether there's going to be a Christmas dinner there that I have to navigate, and as well at a different time. Where I've just actually today had a message from some friends about pre-Christmas get-together, Reigate friends. Do we want to meet up for some Christmas pre-Christmas drinks and nibbles? You know, you're all getting that, aren't you, at the moment? How am I going to navigate all of that? So the way I am thinking of it is this: I can either feed my addiction, and by that I mean my food addiction, my sugar addiction, and you've all heard me talk about, and if you haven't watched my video that I did a couple of days ago last week about my sugar dragon, I can either feed my addiction or I can control my addiction. And by that I don't mean I'm just not gonna eat off plan, so don't switch off this video if you think, oh god, she's just not gonna eat anything. I don't mean that actually, but I can either feed my addiction or I can be in control of it. So you have to see what I mean by that now. So I am extremely aware of this little voice in the back of my head at the moment, which is saying, Sonia, you've only got 3 weeks to go. And by that I mean, not that I've only got, because it's 4 weeks till Christmas, so you're already thinking, what does she mean by that? In 3 weeks, it is in fact 3 weeks exactly, no, it's 3 weeks yesterday. In 3 weeks time, Bruce and I met 40 years ago. Oh, 40 years ago. We met at a school disco when he was in the upper 6th and I was in the lower 6th. Isn't that sweet? Some of you didn't know that we were childhood sweethearts. So 40 years ago, we got together. And so we are celebrating on the 13th of December. We are going away to a really lovely place called Grovetime Manor. Some of you may know of it, some of you may not. And I am absolutely not staying on plan for that. It's a Michelin starred restaurant. Of course, I'm not staying on plan for that. There will be alcohol involved, and of course I'm going to be having the Michelin star food. Absolutely, I will be. That is one of those events that we will look back on in years to come. He has had a very difficult year this year with having lost his father. We've both been through a lot this year, and we're celebrating 40 years together. So of course I'm not going to be sat there in this amazing place. If any of you have been there, you'll know what I mean. If you haven't been there, see if you can go there. It's a really, really special place to go, and we're staying there overnight. So no, I am not going to be on plan that day. There's this little voice in my head going, oh, in 3 weeks' time, you're going to be off plan. And that little voice in my head is saying things to me like, so today when we went round Waitrose, and the only reason we went round Waitrose is because, and that's why I mentioned it earlier, my son, who is vegan, needs very particular things at the moment for his vegan cooking. And so we had to go to a blinking expensive Waitrose to get these particular things. And my favourite, gosh, I sound so Reigate and middle class saying this, but my favourite apple is an Egremont russet. I absolutely love. So I'm getting really excited about the fact that I can have in 3 weeks' time, I don't want cakes or sweets, which just goes to show I've come a very long way since the me of 10 years ago that was morbidly obese. The me that's now is getting very excited that in 3 weeks' time I've bought a packet of Egremont russet apples, and that's what I'm really excited about having. But my monkeys are going, in 3 weeks' time you're going to be off plan. You're going to be off plan. And so I'm very aware that there is that addictive part of me saying that in 3 weeks' time I'm going to be doing this, in 3 weeks' time I'm going to be eating at Gravetye Manor, aren't I? So I can have the Egremont russet apples then, and I can have this and I can have that. And I know that that is the addictive part of my brain talking. Now it's only apples, and I know, so obviously I'm being sensible and not catastrophizing that, and I'm not being daft and thinking that I'm totally out of control here, but I'm conscious of where that could go. So my plan is based very much, and I suggest yours is too, on this, which I've already shared with my clients. I love this. I bring this out every Christmas, and it is a few bad days can't ruin a weight loss plan. Only giving up does that. I think that's brilliant, and I love the fact that for this is me in the run up to Gravetye. I'm still 3 weeks beforehand, 2 weeks beforehand, 1 week beforehand. I'm not shifting my weight loss plan. This might be the day of, so it'll be, maybe I'm not going to be unhappy at all about being, so there might be 2 dark days there, and I'm not going to be unhappy about that. I'm going to be quite happy faces there, but there may be dark shadowed in days, but there'll be smiley faces for me. So there'll be two dark days there, and then I'm going to be absolutely back on plan again for me in the after Gravetye. They will be difficult. I'm not going to kid myself about that. They will be difficult because watch my sugar dragon video. I will have woken up my sugar dragon. So there's a reason why I did my sugar dragon video before doing this one. I'll have woken up my sugar dragon, and I know that they will kick off my sugar dragon addiction, that part of my brain that's addicted to sugar. So I know I'm making the choice to eat at Gravetye and drink alcohol at Gravetye and eat the sort of foods that wakes up my addiction to those sorts of foods. So I know it's going to be difficult for about another week. So I'm not in that week going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to solidly get back on track again. So that's on the 13th. I'm not going to have anything up until then. On the 25th, so that's another over 10 days away, isn't it? On the 25th, there'll be another 25th and 26th, so Christmas Day and Boxing Day, I will be eating off plan with my nuclear family and then my extended family, and then I'll be back on plan again until the 31st and then the 1st, and those are my next 2 days. And then the rest of the time I will be solidly on plan, so there'll be no chocolates, nothing else. I'll be solidly back on plan. So I'm not going to have any other. That's my choice, and I've explained why. Why? Because the reason for me is that I have this quote to show you. if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. I love that quote. I have had to sacrifice for nearly 9 weeks now all the things that I do want, because of course I want the Egremont russet apples. They're in season at the moment and I keep walking past them going, I love Egremont russet apples and I can't have them at the moment. No, I can't, and the reason why I can't is because of this, and I'm going to swivel this around now to show you. So the last thing I wanted to end on is the thing that I keep saying to myself all the time is, and the reason why I keep saying no is it worth it? And the reason why I will say at Gravetye, is it worth it? Yes, this is worth it, because we're having a Michelin-starred restaurant to celebrate 40 years together. That's worth it. Is it worth saying no and sacrificing, putting my hand in the roses box over the 2 weeks in between Christmas and New Year? That's worth the sacrifice. That's worth saying no to, because I want to get back to this. And on my office wall, and this, I talk a lot about working at losing weight and putting the effort in, and this is the sort of work I'm putting in to losing weight. I put work into it by doing things like this. So what I've done is I've printed off on here my smiley face of me when I was back at goal, and I've also put on here a quote, remember her, she's still there inside you waiting. That's that one there. I really like that one, because she is that me there, that smiley face me. She's still there. I picture her all the time. And the other one I've put, this makes me really sad, this one. That was Ollie at his graduation, when I was bloated up on my indomethacin, on the drug that made me put on the weight. I didn't go back to my 7.5 stone overweight, thank God. But you can see my face there. And you probably can't, because I'm not zooming in well enough. I can't really zoom in properly. I should have. Let me take it off and see if I can do it this way. Maybe that's better. There you go. You can sort of see there. I now know that bloated face is also because of hypothyroidism. I now know that. But it's also due to the non-steroidal drugs that I was on then for my hemicrania continua. That makes me so sad, that photo, because I was really uncomfortable in the dress I was wearing. My feet were sore because I felt I needed to wear heels, but the walk, if anyone knows Leeds University, there are endless steps and endless walks. I was so proud of him, because he was really, really unwell in his final year, but he still managed to get a 2-1 and still managed to graduate in lockdown. I'm so proud of Ollie. But I hated everything I was wearing. I felt uncomfortable in what I was wearing. I felt fat. I was in pain because of my hemicrania continua. I was in pain because of my feet were swollen. I squeezed into these boots and these heels, and I just hated the photo. And I honestly think I might get him to hire the gown again, just so that I can take some more photos of me feeling a lot more comfortable. I'm already feeling fantastic. I'm in size 12 jeans and size 10 tops again, and I'm feeling great again now. So yeah, Christmas, you have to make sacrifices, and I'm going to make some sacrifices because I want to get back to, oh, you can't see it now. I want to get back to her again. And the sacrifice is bloody worth it. So I'm going to make sacrifices in order to keep on. I don't want to put on loads more weight over Christmas and have to start back again. You know, whatever, 0.5 stone more to lose again in January. I just don't want to do that. I want to be, just don't. So I'm going to make sacrifices over Christmas, but have some sensible enjoyment with my family as well. So I hope that answers your questions about what I'm going to do over Christmas, and helps you to decide what you want to do over Christmas, because we're all adults here and we have to make those decisions for ourselves, don't we?